What's going on, guys? This is Scott with KC Blade Drip. And Jack Spratt could eat no fat. His wife could eat no lean. So between them both, you see, they licked the platter clean. There you go. That's my little nursery rhyme for the day. I did my good deed. Hopefully everybody smiled. If you didn't, you should have been. Got to get through some more knife talk about, some show and tells. Not necessarily reviews. I've had this knife now for a few days. I've been opening some up and trying to work through some of my other collections just to give you guys a little bit to chew on to some different type knives. So also too, follow me, KC Blade Drip, if you get on Instagram. It's kind of neat, some of the things I like to try to use a little creativity. Let's see. So the last, I think as of recently, I've kind of, up to this point, I've showcased a few different SOGs. And some of them are some real freaking tanks, guys. And now we're going to take a look at another brand, which I kind of relate to it being a lot like a SOG. For the most part, it's an American company. I believe they may have some cheaper versions. I don't know. To be honest with you, as far as Gerber, I think Gerber and SOG do some stuff overseas or different type things. But anyways, for the most part, I believe an American-made company. Gerber just reminds me a lot of SOG because they've tended to work with law enforcement or the military with some of their different knives that they've came out with. I've got a fixed blade Gerber that I'm going to go over in the future at some point. The strong arm, and then I've got, well, the '06. I know that that's been popular many years, and that's like known to be one of their military knives, I believe. So anyways, a lot of believing, hoeing, humming. You know where you're at by now, guys. You hit play, you join the circus. This is the place where we guarantee you the 150% guarantee. Where 100% of the time, I'm over 50% right. So, you know, we can look at that. And then also, every knife has a story. Here we go. This is a Gerber. As I said, I've had this for a few days. This is the box that came in. It's the Empower. So it is a auto knife made in the USA. So if you're wanting to think about something like this, you got to take into consideration the knife laws, where you live or carry, all that stuff, that beautiful things to keep in mind. I'm not an attorney. I just played one on TV. Anyways, this Gerber here, I'm going to go over kind of like the first impression. When I took this thing out of the box, very heavy. I mean, not, again, I need to specify, it's got some beef and heft to it. It's not too heavy because I prefer knives that are actually this weight or bigger. So anyways, the Gerber Empower, as again, it is a auto. Kind of just let you look at it here real briefly. I like the design. I like the look. I like the feel. Picking it up. Now starting with the blade. This is S30 V. So you can see right here, it's got a little flag, made in the USA, Portland. So information stamped here on the back of the blade. On the front, we just have the Gerber emblem. It's kind of neat. I got this through Blade HQ, and I didn't know it, but they had this thing that if you spend $100 or more, lucky me, I got a Gerber mat. And this is what it looks like, which is kind of neat. It's a silicone mat. I don't really, I mean, I guess I could use something like this, but typically I don't use a silicone mat. I just have my background here, but I'm going to use it for the video just because Gerber gave it to me. Again, you know, Blade HQ. So we're looking at the blade here now. This blade is a thinner profile. If we look at this, okay. So the blade is thin. A lot of that's due to it being a spear point, kind of with a fake edge here at the top, as you can see. I mean, it's a beautiful spear point. So you're going to have great penetration, and this is going to be a great slicer as well, even though the belly of the knife is, of course, thinner. So that's one thing that when you're closing it that you kind of notice is just that it's a little thinner on the top, you know, when you push it down to lock it in place. But with that, it's a great blade steel. Again, I like the drop point style spear point here that we have rolling with us. It's a nice, durable, it's coated. So moving into the handle from the knife here, just to kind of get a look at the grip. So I wear a large glove, as I've said before. Some of you guys may have never watched any of my videos. If not, hopefully this isn't your last. I appreciate you watching. So large glove, as you can see, we have plenty of area here that your fingers are not forced in any type of a grip. So it fits good. I've got, you know, plenty of handle in my hand. We have as far as jimping go, we have a little jimping here underneath where your index finger goes. We have some towards the tail or the rear of the handle belly here, bottom. Up on the top, we've got some jimping. Now, all of this is really not aggressive. If I run my finger over this, it's not even sharp at all. It just gives you a little bit of traction. As you can see, it's not in any way sharp or over aggressive for you. The handle itself, I kind of covered, you know, the jimping. If we flip it around, it is comfortable reverse. I would have liked to have this area here on the back corner just a little smoother for your thumb, but it's fine. It feels good in the hand. Again, you have good traction underneath and around the top. You're not really going to choke up because of due to the blade geometry up here at the top, but you do feel like you've got good control of the blade. It's an automatic, that's a plunge lock push button. So if you look at the top here, you can see our typical, I think we've had a few different type autos that have been a plunge lock that we've looked at, but it's the same idea here. When we push that and then it can retract, it's spring loaded. Nice and powerful, nice, good spring action. I mean, that's snappy. This reminds me of a ProTech right here. I don't know if you can hear it well. I mean, that puppy's rocking, firing right out there. Then we do have a safety on here. The button sticks a little bit above where your handle is. So of course, if you didn't have the safety and it was in your pocket, that could very easily fire. So by pushing the safety up, now it won't fire. So we can put it in our pocket, whatever you want to do with it, sit it down. It's not going to fire until you remove the lock. You can see the red dot on here, and then it's going to fire. So that's pretty much as far as the opening of the knife, closing of the knife, reverse, you just push the button as I've done here. Now this is an aluminum handle that we have on both sides. As you can see, they meet together, so this isn't any type of a back spacer. It's actually where the handle meets each other and comes together, and then they have the screws in here. I don't know if, let's take a look just if we can on the inside, see if we can see anything. Looks like they're just solid pieces of aluminum. There's no milling or anything that's on the inside of here. And then the handle itself is actually, they're black aluminum handles, but they have, it's called black armor grip insert right here. So on the inside of, or down below this, you've got stainless steel in here. I don't know if you can see how it kind of changes color a little bit, and they start out big and get smaller. But that's what Gerber calls this, is the black armor grip insert. And it gives you texture. Definitely, I mean, it feels good in the hand. I think this would work well if you had gloves on with the push button plunge lock, as well as the size of the knife. I think it would work well if you had some form of a glove on your hand, or it would be comfortable from what it appears and kind of trying the knife out and gripping it. In the few days that I've had this and messed around with it, my hand's never been fatigued. So that feels good. So you have, yeah, this, that where it meets together nice and neatly. Then at the bottom or the back side here, all you guys that like lanyards are going to be happy, because we have a lanyard hole. So you're going to like that. It's right here. It's very non-conspicuous. So you really, by looking at the knife, don't even know that it has a lanyard hole unless you look at it back here and look at the holes. I do want to, the pocket clip had to grow on me a little bit. I'm not sure that that's the one thing that I don't really know if I like it, is the design of this pocket clip. It does say Gerber. It's kind of, you know, you don't really notice the branding here, but the shape of this, you know, I mean, and it's so far low here. If you're going to, you know, tap these here, why not move it up a little bit? So you can have it tip up or tip down carry. Only right hand though. You can't move it to your left side, but you can move it up here to have your tip up or down. Tip up, tip down. But yeah, I'm not sure I like this. I mean, it would be sturdy. I just don't like the look of the clip. To be honest with you, a lot of it's aesthetic for me. So, doesn't affect performance, so I'm not going to knock it off the knife. But it's a great, if you're able, I want to get a weight and just measure it real quick. Kind of move this over to the side. If you're able to carry this thing, hey, and this is like, I think around 130 bucks, 120 something. So the blade looks like it itself coming from the tip is about 3.5. Cutting edge is probably 3 1/8 or 3 1/4. The handle itself is about 5, 4.75 or almost 5 inches. So, and the weight, let's take a look at the weight here. I know we want to get a feel about how heavy this thing is, because you can take my word for it, but 4.7. Yep. So that's, you know, it's a little beefy, but yet anything that's under, I would say 5 ounces really isn't too bad to me. But you're going to notice it in your pocket, that's for sure. Again, great snappy action. So if you're kind of looking in the market for an auto that is, I mean, this feels like it's pretty durable. You know, it's not going to fall apart or anything. You can get some really good use in this. I can already tell with the steel, the handle, the way it's made. So for 125 bones like that, I think you're fine with this thing. Can't go wrong. Just depends if you can have autos and if you like Gerbers and you like this style. Some people may say I'm not a big fan of that. But you'll get a little pocket time with me. I'm not sure how much, but I'll carry it for a few days. Maybe rotate it with some other knives of mine just to have it and see what it looks like and feels like, you know, taking it in and out of my pocket. So, yeah. Other than that, guys, if you have any questions, any comments, if you have a Gerber, like I said, I'm probably going to have another Gerber or two over the next week or two from this video. Just to kind of, because I like covering different types of knives, and, you know, whether fixed blades or folding or out the fronts. I'm just a nut. I'm a fanatic. So remember our pets, guys. Remember our vets. Very important. Two underappreciated categories there. And comment down below, like, subscribe. We're creeping on 200. We're getting really close. You guys are rocking it. I'm proud of you. Hope you guys are healthy. Have a great day. Stay sharp, my friends. I'm out.